Morning, pup. Yeah, you want my egg sandwich and Diet Coke, don't you, sweetie? What a beautiful fall morning, right, Bella? All right, well, we didn't beat the sun, but we can still get a lot done today. Looks like we're a little low on fuel. Should probably have someone bring us some, huh? Yep.
Have to just go get it.
Yep.
As well. Is there? So
I'll check with him and see.
okay.
Yep.
Nope. That sounds good, Thomas.
Yep. Thanks.
Did you get the irrigator moved?
I think Cole did last night. Hopefully the only app it was moved. Or if it's not, it's really close. There's not much left here. There's probably 100 acres. It's almost to the power station for the irrigator. I'm sure you guys remember me writing this from a few videos ago, and it wasn't my favorite piece of equipment, but I don't mind it anymore. Mostly because it's really the only thing running down here, so I enjoy driving tractor, so I enjoy driving this at the moment. I'm not sure if I recorded the conversation or not, but this is the second to last field that we're gonna disc. We have one other 80-acre field if I'm done with this field, then we're done discing. And after that, we really only have a little bit of chisel plowing left to do, and then we're just completely done. We're kind of waiting on the litter to be spread at the moment. Otherwise, we probably would have been done, you know, last week. But it is what it is. We're gonna enjoy these last few days in the tractor. It sounds like tomorrow is gonna be pretty nasty. Sounds like it's gonna be below 40 degrees, rainy and snowy, so that'll be very fun. But tomorrow will be a good day. It all really depends on if Iowa knocks off Oregon at home. That's my whole weekend's kind of banking on that. All right. Maximus is gonna bring us some fuel. He said by 8:30 at 7:20, so we should have enough time to make the egg sandwich I got up early for and made. It's probably cold by now and it's probably ruined, but it's fine. Still got that white monster, baby. Yeah, gotta be one of the best ways to start your morning. Not the best, but I mean, it's definitely up there. Driving tractor really does hit different when you know it's gonna be one of the last times you get to do it for about 4 months. So, I don't know. It's a very enjoyable experience, always. But it's even more enjoyable when you know it's gonna be like one of the last times. I don't know, I thought this fall went by really fast. Like, it feels like it was 2 weeks ago we started harvesting corn, and now it's November 7th, and we're done, essentially. Now, don't get me wrong, the last, those last 3 fields always take the longest because you have to wait for litter, and then you gotta get around to doing it, you gotta wait in the weather. Like I said, it's gonna be nasty this weekend, so I don't really expect to do anything tomorrow in the fields, and if it's as bad as they say it's gonna be, probably won't be in the field, early next week as well. So, I don't know, we're gonna try to get disking done today though. Looks like even Cole moved the irrigator for us. What a nice guy. And I don't know, we only have this much left on this field, so there's probably only 4 hours, 3 hours left. That's probably about 70-ish, maybe 80 acres. We're only getting 22 acres done per hour, so I'd say 4 hours, but we're gonna speed up here a little bit. We were only going, I don't know why Cole was only going 6. We're gonna go 6.5, maybe even 7. Big egg sandwich guy, but that is so cold. I don't know why. I made it less than an hour ago. It's been wrapped in tin foil, and it is just like ice cold. Very, very disappointing. Sun is bright. Still has still pretty good though. It beats, you know, it beats nothing. So I'm not gonna complain too much. Well, we are bingo on fuel, so Max is gonna have to bring us some. We maybe have an hour and a half left here. We have to do all the ends yet though, so that'll take a little bit longer, but hopefully we finish up all the disking by, I'm gonna say 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock will be our goal for the day. We're getting fuel, obviously. There's, I think I counted 6 rounds along the east side of this farm that's left. Then everything else is done. That's, I guess, would be long rows north and south. We have all the ends to do. It's, I think it's 9:30? Yeah, 9:41. And I'm thinking that 80, it has an acreage in it, it has a creek on it. It's only 80 acres, so it shouldn't take that long, but it'll still probably take an extra hour just because of all the messing around you have to do. Don't really have any long rows. I think the longest row is maybe a quarter of a mile on that next farm. So 2 o'clock might be pushing it, but for sure by 3, I would like to think we'd be wrapped up with this. As always, guys, comment down below how you're coming with harvest. I'm sure by the time this video comes out, most guys will be done. This video won't be out for a while, but hope you guys have enjoyed watching the fall videos this fall. I know I've ran this a few times and it's been in videos a few times. This is a heavy disc. This field that we are disking was actually already high-speed disc, but it wasn't black enough compared to what we wanted it to look like. And I'd say it looks pretty good now. And we are running a 590 NRT obviously 2 track. It's not my favorite tractor to run. I think compared to the quad tracks, it's just not as it's not as smooth, a little more jerky. I will say it's a little bit better for backing in the corners doing, you know, end rows, but besides that, I like the quad tracks a little bit more. But it's been pulling this disc real nice. I mean, we've ran it a few times, and I can't complain too much because there's definitely worse or, you know, not as nice setups. So if I complain about that stuff quite a bit, I do apologize. I'm very fortunate. Just gonna do a little walk around and put some fuel in. We probably won't need to fuel that up all the way since it is gonna be sitting in the shed after we're done with these next 2 fields. Don't want to have it be, you know, full of fuel and sitting in the shed all winter. Should need about half a tank to finish off this field. I knew I had the numbers in my head of how many gallons of fuel I needed, but I'm kind of drawing a blank on that at the moment. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get full of fuel here, or most of the way full of fuel, finish off this field and move. A little less than 3/4. Start it off first, get a little pressure out of it. I'll definitely have enough to finish that 80. All right, thanks. And then you'll just have to drop me off my pickup. I'll bring this to the shop afterwards. Yeah, I'm assuming it'll be like 3 o'clock. Maybe later. I'll check with you. All right, see ya. It is 11:30, so there is a 0% chance that we're going to be finished by 2 o'clock. Is what it is. It is keep on coming, man. I've been sitting at the same intersection for about 3 minutes and a car just peeks over the hill every time I think I'm good to go. It's awesome. Alright, we're just gonna send it because at this point we're not gonna be done until like 10 tonight. So this is probably the worstly shaped field that we farm. This is 80 acres. There's that acreage in between, that creek runs up the side. It's almost like we're farming in Wisconsin or something, which I'm glad I do not do. This field it looks like hog manure because you can see like the knived in marks, if that makes sense. Yeah, let's try to knock this field out pretty quick. Honestly, this field seems to always go by when you're working in this field. For some reason, it always feels like it goes by quick. Because I mean, it is 80 acres, but you do a lot of turning and a lot of like little messing around pieces. I don't know, it just makes the time go by faster, I guess. I don't know. All I know is I'm not getting anything done sitting here talking to you guys. So let's get to it, huh? Horrible decision out of the Thomas camp this morning. I packed soup for lunch, which is not a bad thing. Very delicious white chicken chili. Shout out my wife. I'm eating it now because it's hot and I'm on the short roads where I'm turning a lot, so this might be an adventure. Now, you might be wondering, Thomas, why is that spoon so small? I didn't remember to bring a spoon today. Thankfully, there was a spoon in the cup holder for the tractor. The problem is, it's a Dairy Queen like Blizzard spoon, so it's super small. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have 6 passes left of disking for 2025. Feels good. Check one more thing off the list. Just have some chisel plowing left to do, maybe rip some headlands, but we're pretty much done. Now, I am gonna be wrong on my prediction that I was gonna be done with all the field work before we started basketball season. If it snows an inch tomorrow, basketball starts Monday. They don't even have the litter on the bean fields that we need chisel plowing yet, so Not gonna hit that goal, but we came pretty close. Much better than some years. One year I think I did tillage for the first 2 weeks of basketball season. I think the very first game was the last day we did tillage. So to be here right now in the position that we're in with everything that we have done, feeling pretty good about it. But anywho, yeah, we have this over to that road, so not a ton left. I think Max and Studes, we're gonna move some oats around, so I'm assuming we'll take this back to the shop and see if they need help over there. It is 2 o'clock right now. We should be done by 3, so still pretty respectable, I would say. Ladies and gentlemen, last pass of discing. And just like that, we're done. Woo! Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. We're gonna check with Max and Studes and see what they're up to. It is 2:50. We beat the 3-hour goal. And we're gonna ignore the fact that the first one was 2 o'clock because I don't want to talk about it. You guys would never believe it. There's like a convoy of 10 vehicles coming down this gravel road. Just wait here, nothing better to do. Now I say that jokingly because when I'm in a vehicle and I see a tractor, I get over. When I'm in a tractor and I see a vehicle, I get over. The reason I do that, A, safety for me, myself, and the person coming down the road. And B, I would rather be the one that is stopped at a standstill and not try to be the one that has to snake past somebody on the road that's taking up a lot of room. Whether I'm in the tractor or whether I'm in the pickup. Obviously it's easier with a pickup or a vehicle to get over. But if I'm in a tractor about to leave a field and I see a car coming, even if it's a mile, half mile down the road, if it's on the road that I'm going down, I'm not gonna put any more stress on that person's day or myself. Road safety is not a joke. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, this old guy is just going past, so we're gonna get on the road. He's on his phone, so it's definitely a good thing we did not go down that road. That guy was on his phone. Wanted to point that out. Anyway, we're gonna pay attention here and take this back to the shop. Oh yeah, that feels good. Not really, it's actually kind of cold. Feels good to be done disking though. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video and disking. They're loading some oats out of the bin side here, so I'll probably help them do that for a little while, but I don't think they got a whole lot left. It is Friday, so. And now that us farmers have put our 2 weeks of work in throughout the year, now we sit around and do nothing for the other 11 months and 14 days. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. I have to answer this phone call from Studes. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. You already know. Catch you in the next one. 'Twas the night after harvest, and all through the shop, not a tractor was stirring, not even an 8RX.